Hey guys, today I was going to take a little bit of time and talk about what I think is my hardest use Benchmade knife, and the knife that if it came down to it and I just had to rely on one knife to kind of get me through, the shit hit the fan so to speak, I'd be hard pressed not to grab for this one. And this is the Benchmade Mini, which we used to call the Adamas, but we've been corrected that it's the Adamas. So it's the Benchmade Adamas that was designed a long time ago, a while ago, by Shane Sibert. A hard working knife, comes in the mini size, which is really a medium to large size knife, comes in the standard size, comes in a fixed blade. Really a fantastic knife. It comes in CRU-WEAR with G10 handles with speed holes in it. But one of the mods I did to this knife is I went with the Applied Weapon Technologies, the AWT. They call them their Smooth Type 3 Hard Coat, and these are in Sniper Gray. They're 6061 T6 aircraft aluminum. They make the knife a little bit thinner. Some of the contouring that was in those handles is taken out, and it just feels fantastic. I like the look of the knife, I like the way it feels in pocket, and I like what the scales have done to it for the overall upgrade. But when we get back to the Mini Adamas, it's a mini only in name. The blade's going to be, again guys, I don't do specs, but around 3¼ inches. The overall length of the knife is going to be under 8 inches, probably right around 7'10", 7'9", something like that. 7'5", somewhere in there. But it's got a CRU-WEAR blade that, according to Benchmade's, heat treated between 63 and 65 HRC. I've had only one problem with this blade, and that was it gave me the worst finger cut than I've ever had with one of my knives. I was actually cleaning it, doing an adjustment on the pivot, had it at 90 degrees, and somehow had my pinky just resting back here. Well, the blade fell just by the gravity force and hit the top of my pinky nail. I'd actually thought that it bounced off. I was like, man, that was close. That bounced off my pinky nail. And then I looked down and my pinky nail was laid open and it was just gushing blood. I mean, it cut right through my pinky nail and cut into my finger, deeply into my fingertip, just from the blade falling. So I can attest that this blade is super, super slicey. It's a super, just good and hardy blade, thick blade. I would never recommend prying with a knife, but I also know that this knife's not going to leave you high and dry. Again, if this is your only knife, I think it'll serve everything from opening Amazon packages to feather sticking, to just hard use driving it through cans so that you can eat. So again, the Benchmade Mini Adamas, fantastic knife. Let's do a couple of size comparisons, see where it falls in the spectrum next to our 4MAX. Mini Adamas is going to come in smaller than the 4MAX, and let's look at it against our Baby Banter. As suspected, it's going to be larger than the Baby Banter. Let's look at it against a couple of Benchmades. Let's look at it next to the Bug Out. Again, guys, it's not a mini except in name only. It's just a little bit larger than the Bug Out, and that's not the Mini Bug Out. That's the regular Bug Out. So let's look at it next to the 940. Right around the size of the 940 in length. Again, it's going to be thicker and hardier, but it kind of splits the differences between those two knives there. But again, when we talk about a one and done knife, a knife that you might need to use hard, you might need to use it to get into cans, you might need to use it to get into just everything, I could recommend the Benchmade Mini Adamas in CRU-WEAR all day long. The only thing I would recommend, because I've really been pleased with them, is the Applied Weapons Technology scales. They also make them in a rib pattern if you want more texture. Super cool, good stuff. Leave you guys with this. Please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. know that you're all going to have disagreements. We're all going to have disagreements. That's fine. Let's just talk about it. Let's try to find the similarities instead of harping and beating on the differences. I love all you guys. Peace.